Happy New Year 2019. And islanders in Pacific Ocean were the first to welcome the new year. And the world now celebrating the new year. I'm Anurki with the news. This is OBN, Voice for the People. CNN reported that Ethiopian Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed is creating a leadership that can be an exemplary one for Africa and the rest of the world. The report appreciated how the new Prime Minister is pulling Ethiopia out of crisis. Olma Baina has looked at the story.
CNN stated in its report that Abiy Ahmed took over as Ethiopia's prime minister in April. At 42, he carved a path through Ethiopia's tense, ethnically divided landscape by becoming the first Oromo to lead his country. According to the report, the Oromo, Ethiopia's largest ethnic group, had never been in prominent positions of power. Grievances of its economic and political exclusion drove anti-government protesters across the country. For years, Ethiopia had been engulfed in states of emergencies. Protesters were met with a government crackdown and thousands fled across the border into Kenya. Under public pressure, Hailemariam Desalegn, who was prime minister, dramatically and unexpectedly resigned. Abiy joined the Oromo People's Democratic Organization as a teenager. He stayed close to his people even as he claimed victory in Ethiopian People's Revolutionary Democratic Front vote on March 27 to become chairman of the ruling party. That victory secured his place as Prime Minister of an East African powerhouse. To understand just what kind of a place Ethiopia had been before his appointment, its recent history shows a nation revamped by ethnic tensions among more than a dozen different ethnic groups. Serious conflicts had raged between the Oromo and the Somali region, for example. According to the International Displacement Monitoring Center, 1.4 million people were displaced in the first 6 months of 2018 because of ethnic conflicts in Ethiopia. This displacement issue has not gone away despite Abiy's inclusive leadership style, which has brought in major groups, including many more women in the cabinets. Before the new Abiy era, rival politicians and unflavored journalists were either in exile or locked in Ethiopia's jails, including Finfinne's infamous Maakalawi prison, where many alleged abuses took place. And to the north and east of the country is Eritrea, with which Ethiopia had fought a pointless war over disputes border territory at a huge financial and human cost. As Abiy was sworn in, it soon became clear his agenda to change all that had come before was genuine. He shut down Maakalawi prison, freed journalists, and invited all political exiles to return and stake their claim to a free and fair 2020 election. Back in June, the prisoners were being released on Abiy's orders. A legislature in the Ethiopian parliament asked the prime minister if it was constitutional to release people who had been jailed for terrorism and corruption.
ሕገ መንግስቱ በፍርድ ቤት የታሰረ ሰው ግረፉ ጨለማ ቤት አስቀምጡ ይላል አይልም መግረፍ ጨለማ ቤት ማስቀመጥ አካል ማጉደል
Jailing and torturing, which we did, are not constitutional either. Does the Constitution say anyone who was sentenced by court can be tortured, put in a dark room? Torturing, putting people in a dark room is our act of terrorism.
Abiy has been in tune to the possibility of miraculous growth, and Ethiopia's once state-controlled telecoms, electricity, and even national airline are all going to be opened up to foreign investors. The tremors of these vast changes have been felt beyond Ethiopia. Eritrea and now Djibouti and Somalia are all feeling the Abiy effect. Ethiopian Airlines landed in Mogadishu, Somalia for the first time in 41 years. Djibouti is in talks to share access to its port to service Ethiopian needs. The idea of peace coming to this region at least is an expecting prospect. According to CNN, in 2019, Abiy has one real job: to cement his position as the front runner in Ethiopia's 2020 elections.
This young leader was born in Bashasha and Agaro, Jimma zone of Oromia State. And Elizabeth Ohen, a journalist from Ghana, said what Abiy has done is like making the sun rise from the west. It's amazing. Ethiopia's foreign minister, Dr. Werkene Gebeyo, who arrived in Khartoum earlier yesterday, met with his Sudanese counterpart, Dr. Al-Dirdir Mohammed. The two ministers exchanged views on aspects of bilateral and regional issues, according to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Dr. Werkene underscored that Sudan remains a priority to Ethiopia's foreign relations, while noting the sustained political consultations made at higher levels between the two countries. He said, quote, "The This is a clear testimony that the two sides are committed to strengthen their relationship further ahead and work more closely on issues of mutual benefit to the peoples of Ethiopia and the Sudan. Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation of the Sudan, Dr. Aldirdir Mohammed, on his part said his country continues to work for the strengthening of relations with Ethiopia. He said, quote, "We will continue to work for the fortification of our relations at regional and international platforms." The Sudanese minister further said his country appreciates the ongoing political and economic reforms in Ethiopia following the coming to power of the new leadership led by Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed. FEBC website reported. Ethiopia has experienced the largest increase in the African Growth and Opportunity Act's agua exports to U.S. from East African countries, with a sharp 62% year-on-year. According to East Africa Hub of the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, Ethiopia may quickly become the second or third largest exporter under AGOA in East Africa if the growth momentum is sustained. Exports under AGOA to the U.S. from 8 East African countries amounted to nearly $1 billion in the year from October 2017 to September 2018. Kenya was the largest exporter, accounting for $454 million of total exports. Ethiopia exported goods worth $137 million according to USAID Hub. Apparel constituted 84.4% of all agua exports from the East African countries during the period from October 2017 to September 2018. To date, USAID Hub Trade and Investment Support has contributed to $4.07 billion in agua exports from the region, with $491.5 million from USAID Hub-supported firms. Ethiopia has been a non-permanent member of United Nations Security Council for the last 2 years, and that ends today. Ethiopia's 2-year term as a non-permanent membership of the United Nations Security Council comes to an end today. Ethiopia became a non-permanent of the Security Council on the 1st January 2017 after 185 of the 190 UN member states voted in favor of its membership. It contributed constructively to the search for peaceful resolution of conflicts and crisis situations through political dialogue and negotiations in the Horn of Africa and elsewhere. Ethiopia's 2-year term was consistently proactive in the Horn, including the UNISFA, UNAMID, the lifting of sanctions on Eritrea, in AMISOM, in Somalia, and in South Sudan. It has made significant diplomatic efforts in Eritrea reapproachment and has been able to showcase a grander reputation as a major pillar in the continent's peace and security architecture. Ethiopia has represented Africa at the United Nations Security Council 3 times, including in 2017-18. Ethiopia is one of the founders of the League of Nations, founded on January 10, 1920, which later became the United Nations. Ethiopia finishes a 2-year term as non-permanent membership of the United Nations Security Council. Only Ethiopia and Liberia were non- and uncolonized countries in Africa, and Ethiopia was the first to join the United Nations. Investors in North Shore Zone promised that their investment activities will ensure the benefit of the surrounding community. A joint investment forum that brought together government bodies and investors was organized to discuss the challenges and opportunities available there. Fukadu Burhanu had the story.
Investment workers can play a great role in creating job opportunity and expanding industries to increase economic development of a country. According to the data gained from North Shore Zone Investment Office, 302 investors have been participating in cement production, agro-industry, hotels and recreation centers with a cost of 10 billion birr. However, there are many problems to fully invest in the zone. A relevant forum prepared in collaboration with government and investors has been held in Fiche town of North Shore Zone. Head of Investment Office of North Shore Zone, Aster Zaude, explained the purpose of the forum. Our main aim is to bring government and investors together in order to solve problems related to good governance. This time is very crucial, so we should give quality and fair service to increase economic development of our country, she said. Participants have also raised problems like lack of good governance, shortage of supplies, delays of projects, and lack of working in accordance to agreements. Especially milk production is still not get solution according to the participants.
Salale
is well known for milk and different crops production, but we couldn't have any factory processing these resources.
Administrator of North Shore Zone, Abarra Worku, said they are working in collaboration with the stakeholders to benefit the public of the zone from investment opportunities, adding that they are ready to encourage investors who want to invest in the zone.
It is expected from us to receive and support investors. This is our assignment. Investors should also invest based on the legal framework. If we do so, we can change our country as well as ourselves.
Salale, home of Oromo heroes like Tadessa Buru and Agari Tulu. Pastoralists of West Harge Zone witnessed that they are significantly benefiting from selected breeds of cattle they are rearing. Welcome on Demo, add more on that.
Pastoralists are working on selected breeds of cattle. Most of pastoralists were on this project through using modern technologies. Farmers of Hawi Gudina district said previously they were not benefiting much from their cattle production.
Now we are benefiting from our cattle production. We use selected breeds of cattle. That is very important and useful for our livestock.
Previously, one cattle could cost a maximum of 7,000 to 8,000 birr, but now it was up to 20,000 Ethiopian birr. Now we all have got the awareness and started using the selected breeds of cattle.
We have been registering good improvement in our daily life. If you have 5 cattle of thus improved breeds, you can live as a quality life as the one rearing 20 cattle in a traditional way. Using selected breeds of cattle is very good thing. We are also sharing this best experience for the other pastoralists so as to benefit from.
Vice Head of Hawi Gudina Pastoralist Livestock Development Office, Siraj Abdurrahman, said the office is strictly working on the maximizing the access of selected breeds for the pastoralists.
We are working on supplying quality selected breeds for the pastoralists. It is also working on improving its access for the pastoralists.
It is also said that works have been done to maximize the access of selected breeds for the Gumbi Bordode district pastoralists. Vice Head of West Hararge Livestock and Fishery Development Office, Dr. Muhammad Ahmed for his part noted that works are underway in the district of West Hararge Zone to spread the selected breeds of Borana cattle to pastoralists.
Previously, our pastoralists were rearing very poor quality cattle, but now they are using technology and a modern type of rearing cattle. Hereafter, they will get more benefit and easy access for the selected breeds of cattle.
Bishoftu Town Administration says efforts are underway to create job opportunity to job-seeking youth of the town. The town administration has provided working place and sheds for 140 associations established in the town. Mukhtar Haji at the story.
The youth organized under micro and small enterprises on manufacturing, urban agriculture, construction and purchasing have been given a working place in Bishoftu town. More than 1,100 youth have been organized under 227 small and micro enterprises in the town. We have 92 different projects in our town. These all projects are ready to be given to the youth who have been graduated from higher educational institution. We have already handed over 61 projects to them, she said. Some youth organized under such micro and small enterprises have voiced that they are ready to benefit more from the chances provided to them.
We're always the force of change, and even we have been showing it practically. We are ready to work more than our plan in a very quality way. I think we have to use the chance we have got right now.
The youth side, the administration of Bishoftu town need to look at different sheds and hotels illegally owned by private bodies to hand over to unemployed citizens. The administration of town on the spot said that it is seriously working to return different business centers to the government stock and give it to the youth unemployed. Deputy Head of Oromia Enterprise Development and Industry, Getachew Galata, said the government has been working to facilitate loan service for the youth.
The problem is not a money that the government should provide to the youth organized under micro and small enterprises, but it is a system of returning the money given us loan to the enterprises. But recently, we have been solving the problem by working with the community to return the loan that the government provides to them.
Yeah, that's it for me. Many thanks for watching. Have a good time. Once again, Happy New Year 2019.
Balaan tiraafikaa akka bidda saafaa lubbuu dhala namaa fi qabeenya barbadeessu keessaa isa tokko. Ga'umsa teekniika konkolaataa fooyyessuu dhabuu, nageenya tiraafikaa irratti hubannoo hawaasaaf kennuu dhabuu fi mallattoowwan seera tiraafikaa kabachiisan bakka barbaachisoo ta'an irratti dhaabuu dhiisuun balaan tiraafikaa akka hammaatu kanneen taasisan keessaa isaan ijoodha. Maddooti balaa kanaa immoo rakkoo hawaasa dinagdee fiduun gaaga'ama guddaa biyyattii irra geessisa. Balaa tiraafikaa haala rifachiisaan dabalaa dhufee kana to'achuun dhimma murteessaadha. Bakka kun irratti hin hojjetamne immoo nageenyi tiraafikaa mirkanaa'uu hin danda'u. Godina Qeellam Wallaggaa magaalaa Dambidollootti haalli nageenya tiraafikaa maal akka fakkaatu jiraattonni akkas jechuun dubbatu.
Maqaan koo Waasee Tashoomee jedhama. Jiraataa magaalaa Dambidolloo ganda duwwaa 4 keessa. Seerri tiraafikaa hojiirra oolaan jiru. Akkuma mul'achaa jiru kana namni bitaasaas qabatee deemaa jiru. Inni kaan bitaa qabatee deema, inni kaan mirga qabatee deema. Walumarraa namni kan inni deemaa jiru akka barbaade wal keessa yaa'aa jira namni. Kanaaf seerri tiraafikaa kabajamaa jiru.
Seerri tiraafikaa akka magaalaa Dambidollootti eegamaa jiru jechuun danda'ama. Maaliif hojjetaan tiraafikaas yeroo baay'ee hin argaman. Yoo argamanis immoo olaantummaan seeraa baay'ee kabajamaa jiru. Baay'ee rakkootu jira. Warri baajaajii oofan kunis seeraan kabajanii hojjetaan tiraafikaas immoo yoo ganama argame galgalan jiru. Yoo galgala argame ganaman jiru. Akkuma tasaa immoo dhufanii dhaabbatanii lafa isaan bu'anis hin beekamu.
Kana duwwaa miti baajaajii dhuqqeenis jirti warri maanjaaf gaadhii malee safara gidduu naanna'an ejjatan. As gidduudhaan asii baaniyyuu as gidduu meeqa deebi'u. Hospitaalatti nama geessu birrii 100, aaddootti nama geessu birrii 200. Seera taanaan itti fufu, seera hin taane taanaan duukaa deemanii namni gaafachiisu.
Balaa tiraafikaa qaqqabaa jiru wal qabatees olaantummaan seeraa kabajamaa kan jirredha jiraattonni kan himan.
Balaan qaqqabaa jira. Balaan qaqqabaa jiru kun al tokko baajaajiirraan karaa baajaajiitiin namni baajaajiidhaa wajjin warri gachaa deema kun balaa amma fidaa jiru seera tiraafikaa keessatti balaa fidaa jira. Doddoorratti darbee akka magaalaa Dambidollootti hin baay'atin iyyuu maleessa akka inni jiru ilaalaa jirra waan.
Magaalaa kanaatti yerootti immoo taa'anuma jira ilaalaama jirra. Rakkoo guddaatu jira jechuudha magaalaa keenya.
Balaa tiraafikaa sirriidha eegamaa hin jiru. Tiraafikiin baanjaaf qaadii malee baajaajiin kaleessas dheengaddas nama ajjeesaa jirti karaa irratti. Karaa karsheellii gajjallaatti tiraafikii jalaa baatee fiigaa irratti nama rukuttee ajjeesteetti. Jaarsa nama guddaa ulfina kan qaban kibirii kan qaban jaarsa biyya keenya ajjeesteetti. Kanaafi shufeeroti sun hin badani lafa isaan ga'an hin beeknu. Maaliif duukaa deemee hordofamee nuun qabamu? Maaliif seera godhanii noofan? Maaliif nama 7-8 fe'u? Geejjiba saantima fudhachuu immoo taanaan immoo sirrii miti. Waan birrii 2 birrii 5 jedhu waan birrii 3 birrii 10 jedhu. Waan nama tokko geessuu barbaadan birrii 15 birrii 20 jedhanii haasaa jiru. Maaliif kun?
Mallattoo tiraafikaa iddoowwan barbaachisoo ta'an irratti dhaabuu dhiisuu fi bakka seerri tiraafikaa kabajamuu qaban irratti yeroon argamanii hojjechuu dhabuunis rakkoo isa olaanaadha jedhan.
Akka waliigalaatti mallattoon tiraafikaa magaalaa Dambidolloo keessatti tokko iyyuu hin jiru jechuun hin danda'amu.